This is a checklist for faculty who wish to offer proctored online exams via e-learning. We will look at two types of exams, a regular online exam and a lockdown browser exam. Let's start with exam 1, which is a regular online exam. Go into edit test options. Make sure the exam name matches what was filled out in the testing center form. This would help the proctor as well as your student to identify your exam quickly. Make sure the exam is available. Make sure that you have not selected multiple attempts. Make sure that forced completion is not turned on. Make sure that you have set a timer, entered in the correct time, and that auto submit is turned on. Make sure the display after and display until dates and times reflect your exam time window that was set at the testing center. Make sure the password option is checked and that the password text is exactly what was filled out at the testing center. If any student needs an exception on the test, such as time and a half, or if the student needs to take a test at a different time outside the testing window, add the students as exceptions in this area. Make sure the due date is entered correctly. Usually the due date is the last date and time on the regular testing window. You'll notice that here the do not allow students to start the test if the due date has passed is not selected. That's because under test exceptions there is a student who is scheduled to take the test after the due date has passed. And if this were selected, the student would be blocked from taking the test. Under test results and feedback for high stakes online proctored exams, we strongly recommend not showing any information about the questions, the correct answers, etc. once the test has been taken. So our recommended settings are to keep both these rows blank. Once you have gone through these settings, you can go ahead and submit. Exam 1 is now ready to be proctored. Let's move on to exam 2, which is a lockdown browser exam. For this demonstration, exam 2 has been set up exactly as exam 1. So the only difference in these two exams is that exam 2 requires a lockdown browser, whereas exam 1 does not. For exam 2, let's take a look at what not to do. Let's go into the drop-down menu next to the exam title and click on Edit Test Options. And on this screen, let's look at what not to change on this exam. First, do not change the exam title. Second, open test in new window. When you apply the lockdown browser, this setting automatically changes to yes, and that must not be changed thereafter. And the third and fourth items pertain to the password. In a lockdown browser exam, the password is an alphanumeric string of characters. This has been applied by the lockdown browser program and it must not be changed. Other than these four items, anything else can be changed as per your requirement. If you do want to change the password on a lockdown browser exam, you can do so by going to Course Tools, Responders Lockdown Browser. Click on the drop down next to the exam, modify settings, and change the password here. Once you've made the change, go ahead and save. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to go into the edit test options and I'm going to do something that I asked you not to do. I'm going to go ahead and change the name of this exam. I'm going to call it exam Roman numeral 2. I'm also going to change this open test in new window to no, and I'm going to change the password here, and I'm going to go ahead and submit. If we go back to the home page, we'll see that exam 2 shows up fine. But if a student were to try to take this exam during the exam time window, they're going to receive an error. So for a lockdown browser exam, it's very important to do this last and final check. Go into Course Tools, Responders Lockdown Browser, and the way to fix it is as simple as clicking on this button. Now the error has been fixed and whatever changes I made have been reset. I'm going to go back to the home page and you can see that the name has been restored. If I go back into Edit Test Options, you will see that all the changes I made have been reset. The name is restored. The Open Test in New Window setting has been restored. And the password has been restored. In other words, the errors have been fixed. And now the student will be able to take this exam at the testing center. So these are a list of items to be checked before offering an online proctored exam at a testing center. For more information about online tests, please visit our website or email us at elearning@utdallas.edu.